Well, it is Missing Monday, and our weekly series, The Missing, is highlighting the stories that have remained in the shadows for far, far too long.
No matter their past, every missing person deserves to be found.
19 Investigates' Gabby Hart has more on a family holding on to hope.
Imagine losing someone you love without a trace. No goodbye, no explanation, just an empty space where they used to be.
We still think about them, and we miss them, and we love them. And it's about time that we find out what happened to him.
That's the heartbreaking reality for the family of Michael Hodge, who vanished from Cleveland 21 years ago. I sat down with his brother, Bill Hodge. The pain in his eyes told a story that words couldn't express.
Maybe someday somebody might say something, you know, because like you said, nobody just vanishes. And somebody has to know something.
Michael Hodge was 39 years old when he went missing. He would be 61 this year. The circumstances surrounding his disappearance are complicated. Bill admits that his brother had a bad habit, abused drugs, and got caught up with the wrong crowd.
Mike was in trouble. You know, he was in trouble with the police and stuff a number of times.
Michael is described as 5'10" with red hair and blue eyes. He has a distinctive scar on his left wrist and a skull tattoo on his right arm. Reports also indicate that he was missing several teeth at the time of his disappearance. The last time anyone saw him was on West 172nd Street near Puritas Avenue on Cleveland's west side.
He was over there partying and drinking and stuff, you know, and he ended up getting kicked out of that house, out of the house with another guy, and they said that Mike took off on his bike.
That was on March 6th, 2004. The years have come and gone. Michael's mother died in her 70s, but up until her last breath, she spent 21 years. That's 21 birthdays and 21 holidays, holding on to hope that she would see her son again.
Every year, my mom would buy a Christmas present for my brother Mike, and she would put it in the closet.
The last good memory Bill had with his brother was a camping trip.
We just had a really good time around the fire, swimming. And
if you could go back to that day and know that what you know now would happen, what would you say to him?
Wow, I mean, I would tell him it's time to get straight. You know, it's time to straighten up.
Bill's mother is gone. His father, now 85 years old, not sure if he'll ever get the answers in his lifetime. And frankly, neither is Bill.
I kind of leave it in God's hands now, you know. I believe, you know, that someday I will find out, you know, what happened to him. You know, maybe not in this lifetime, but in the next.
Someone out there knows something. Maybe you saw something back then or heard a rumor. There's no detail that is too small. If you have any information at all, do the right thing. Pick up the phone and call Cleveland Police, or you can even call Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous. But your call could be the one that finally brings this family some peace. For Cleveland 19 News, I'm Gabby Hart, and this is The Missing.